Hi everyone, I hope all is well. We are back again. We are back. The sun is setting. I don't know if you can see the lighting, but the sun is setting, so I'm on my way home. It's been a long day, but I thought let me just turn on the camera and see what comes out. I wanted to sort of answer the question of why choose Allwell Property Services, or why choose us, or even why choose any sort of building contractor, and I think, I've mentioned this before, but I think it comes down to solving problems and taking the stress away. I think if you buy a property, or if you're going through a renovation or refurbishment, it can be pretty stressful. Like if you're living in the property at the same time, it can be extremely stressful. So I always suggest to, if you could find somewhere temporarily to move into while the work's being done, very good. Otherwise, we're always happy to work around our customers to make sure that they still have like some a living standard within their home. But definitely it's always best to move out. I say that first and foremost. It works on both ways, because there's less work for the builder to do, because you don't have to clean up completely at the end of the day for the customer to cook, etc. But also it's just less tension. There's less tension, and the builders can get on with it. So that's one thing I would say. But also, trying to do your own renovation, if you're trying to manage various different trades, it can be stressful, right? If you don't pick the right guys, there'll be different requirements from this, the plumber to the electrician, different ways of doing things, and no real glue bringing it all together. And I think, essentially, when you hire a sort of a renovation company or building company, you're kind of hiring that glue, that coordination, to make sure that the plumber comes for the first fix or the second fix, or the plasterer comes. And if you've got your day job, you don't really want to be chasing everybody for all of these different things, and there's various different trades that needs to come in for a renovation or refurbishment. That's what I would say, is that's where the value comes. The idea is to just take all that stress away from you and just allow you to come in with the design, the vision, right? And we love it when customers have a vision, they have an idea. If they don't, we can put them in touch with an interior designer. But they have the vision, have the idea, and we just look to execute and bring that vision to life. And we'll bring in the trades that we need to in order to get that done. I was just wondering, how do we sort of what's the best way to communicate the value that we bring, or not just us, but any sort of general building contractor? And I always boil it down to that, because I have to deal with various different types of trades, and a lot of them can be headache, even to me. They can be problems, with getting them on time, getting them to do good work. There's always problems. And I think when you hire someone that brings all that together, those problems should be ironed out as much as possible, but also they're taking that away. And also you have one port of call. If there's anything that goes wrong, you've got one contact to come and address it. You don't have to chase this guy, that guy to come back. So there's one accountable person, that's me or whoever, and I think that's a bit of peace of mind. So why hire Allwell Property Services? I would say that. Why hire any renovation contractor? I would say less stress. That's the idea, less stress, all under one house, one team, and to get the job done without all that hassle. Again, when you're trying to bring in all the different trades yourself, it's a bit of a coordination game. If you've got the time and capacity, that's all well and good, but if you don't, it can be stressful, and not to mention doing all the other bits and pieces, your day-to-day, choosing all the finishing touches. I think that all adds up in time. So yeah, if you're ever in doubt, watch this video. Why hire All Work Property Services? Hopefully that helps answer some questions, and maybe this video was worth it, you know, just off the cuff, and here we go. All right, so I'll be home soon, shower off, and we go again tomorrow. So I hope all is well. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll see you around. Ciao for now.
I'm in my belly shining bright, diamonds dancing in the night, Ferrari parked under moonlight, living fast but feeling right. My bed wave, champagne rain, golden order, no more pain. Every second ultra prime, luxury written in time.